back to Scandinavia for this next particular reaction video I'm going to be, well, reacting to. We of course need to see if the Vikings of this particular country are going to be sailing towards the seven seas of victory. Will it be a case of another nil point like usual? Let's find out together. Roll titles. Afternoon evening everybody, my name is Jamie Jew and welcome back to a brand new video where once again I react to another entry in this year's Eurovision Song Contest. And yes, as I mentioned, we are heading back to Scandinavia for this one, as me and Damo are reacting initially to this one, and of course I give my own thoughts and opinions afterwards to one which originally had so many nul points they were kind of a laughing stock, until a set of two girls came together and literally swan it all the way back to the top for this particular country. And boy oh boy, it's been a bit of a mixed bag since then, but even though they've had quite a few last places as well, they've had a little bit of a secret garden, I've always enjoyed a bit of a fairy tale, and I've even had good spirits in the sky, and always feature a good set amount of Queen of Kings. It is of course Norway! And this time setting forth to Switzerland and to Basel specifically. Representing Norway is Kyle Alessandro, a young 17 turn 18 year old, or I think it's 18 to 19, otherwise he's very very young. So there's a big responsibility on this guy's shoulders over here, and he'll be representing them with the song Lighter. And as already mentioned, you'll be seeing me and Damo's initial reaction to it, but I will be giving my own thoughts and opinions afterwards, so this is an interesting one to say the least. But otherwise, before we delve into it, I would of course encourage you guys as always to subscribe to my Eurovision YouTube channel, because I'll be reacting to all 37 participating countries in this year's competition, doing countdowns as I go along, and of course doing some national final reactions or live watch-alongs as I put it, and I do need to do some shorts at some point. So yes, get subscribing right now because I will be doing all of that. Otherwise, without any further ado, it's now time to dive into me and Damon's reaction to Norway. So song number 6, the bookies and fans' favourite, Kyle Alessandro with Lighter.
We'll see how the staging works for this.
Good camera effects. Looks like he's come from a like a duel in the
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's come from a duel in the 1700s. Okay.
I prefer wigwam.
Okay.
It sounds like a clone of Frago, but with a male singer.
Yeah.
It goes to show you that apparently if this is the best song out of this lot, it goes to show you the standard is so low.
Yeah, very radio son, I agree.
Yeah, I know.
Would this work in the ESC? I mean...
No.
Huh? Give it a moment.
Qualifier.
But I like the fire effects. And of course there's the lighter at the end of the day. Whee! Fire along the front. Good vocals though. I'm kind of enjoying this.
I think it'll be a non-qualifier.
You reckon?
Yeah, no. It's just something's just wrong with it. I just think it's missing something.
Oh, here we go. Dance break.
It is. It's just Frago with a male singer.
Not necessarily a bad thing. It's a matter of trying to make it as good as possible.
But come on, it's been done. Do new things that have never been done before.
He's not keen on it, apparently.
No.
Anyway, allow me to at least watch. Lighting up now. Good vocals. A bit more lighter. I don't think this is... I mean, it's the best song. Staging is pretty decent, though. They make it sense of it.
But it's not Eurovision.
You reckon?
Yeah, definitely not.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
I was definitely disappointed with that. Very disappointed with that.
I quite like it. I quite like it personally myself.
Well, if it wins, it's not going to go anywhere near the top in my top. It'll be a bottom.
Well, it probably... Well, in my opinion, it's probably not up there and amongst the best, but he made a good effort of it, and
it wouldn't have any points in my top.
I think it's good, but just not amazing.
In fact, I think it's worse than Ukraine.
I mean, to say Damo doesn't like this particular entry is a bit of an understatement. Look, I get his arguments into why I think some people could be put off by this, in the fact that its ethnobop style is pretty much a case of been there, done that kind of vibes, in the fact that it's a lot of fire, you know what I'm saying? I do think that while the ethno-pop beat is a kind of been there, done concept, if you get the sound of it and the production of it right, you have got a pretty good track on your hands. And while probably listening to this on my own without any like that from Damo, I do think this is a very nicely done produced ethno-pop beat, and I do think overall this is a bit of a bop. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of boo da ga do ba doo da ga do ba boom ba da ba da ba da be do be do good be boo be do be do ba da ba da ba do be. You know what I mean? It feels. I get the chorus of it all. Not the chorus. You know what I mean? I get the ethno bop beats. I get everything about it. It's very catchy, is what I'm basically saying. Listening to it properly, I'd say I do. I quite like it. It's not an overall arching out sort of like belt out or anything else like that, but it's definitely something I don't ignore, and definitely something you think, it's nicely radio friendly, isn't it? Sometimes, obviously, when the word radio friendly comes around, it can have negative connotations. I understand that, but to say that this isn't I wouldn't definitely not say this is a bad track. By a long stretch of the imagination, this is definitely not a bad track, and will definitely get people voting if they can get everything right about it, in terms of the staging, in terms of the costumes, in terms of everything else about it, with the elements of the song and key. Just quickly going back onto the song, I do think that maybe they could add a bit more ethno-pop vibes, rather than sort of have a quieter verses, which, let's face it, they are very quiet, especially the bridge part. That's quiet as a mouse in a house. I get he's trying to be emotional in terms of the love ethnicness of the song. Actually, it's about how his mother survived cancer, but maybe stick a bit more ethno-ness in there for, you know, just to get the party started a little bit. But that being said, I do like the staging elements. I mean, at the end of the day, fire makes sense, lighter and everything else like that, and adding all the flames at the front of the stage, definitely a nice touch, I have to say. But one thing I don't understand, what's with those twin tower things? I don't get that at all. That just seems a little bit like you're just sort of propping a prop, or plopping a prop even, at the front and centre, in order to sort of say, hey, there's some staging for you, let's add some fire for good measure. I'm just a bit like, no, about that. And those outfits very much remind me sort of like Game of Thrones, or back to sort of 1700s duel kind of vibes. Does that really match the whole element of it? I'm not entirely sure myself. But other than that, those are the main critiques I've got with the staging elements of it. But hey, you could always improve come Eurovision nights, that's for sure. Because one thing I can definitely say, Kyle, what vocals he's got. He's a very professional, elementary kind of student, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, he is young after all, but he's got the professional charisma for all of this. And he certainly knows how to work the camera as well. He obviously looks emotional a bit and everything else like that, so he's got that sort of kind of all-around figure of him. It's definitely unique, it has to be said, for the whole package to be ethno-bop with a male soloist. You never normally see that. So this, for me, is going to stand out, whatever way you look at it. Am I saying Norway are qualifying? Yeah, let's face it, they are. It's not my overwhelming best song out there. I think there are like a couple of better ones in the whole competition, but I mean, this is qualifying, whatever way you look at it, especially in a televote-only semi-final. It's going to stand out, it's going to be lively, and it's certainly going to be full of fire with a big lighter, that's for sure. So, Norway, well done. You're not going to get my overwhelming vote or anything else like that. You're probably not going to get my vote at all, because there are a couple of better ones, if I'm honest with you. But I can see why people do like this. The juries are certainly going to love it, that's for sure, given previous times. But yeah, don't expect a lot of love from the public. But Norway, you're qualifying regardless. So yeah, good luck to you, as always. And that about it for this particular video on my reaction to Norway. But never mind what I think, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you see Norway as absolutely a belter, bopping, boopy, bop crap-out of a song, or is it just perhaps never going to be your particular taste like Damo? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, you know the drill by now. Subscribe for more Eurovision juicy goodness, smash the like button for this video for good measure, and of course ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos. Catch you again in the next one. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye.